How do you forgive someone who takes your life and your sacrifice for granted? That's such a hard thing to do. But that's what we are seeing Jesus do on this here, the first day of counseling from the cross. When Jesus is dying, cannot get a breath in. He's on the cross and he says his first word, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." They're killing him. But he says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." It's as if they've taken his whole life and all of his sacrifices for granted to call for his crucifixion when he's done nothing wrong. As I sit and I reflect on this, I cannot help but to think about parents who have neglected their children. Either they didn't want the job of being the parent anymore, they got strung out on drugs, they were abusive. For any different reason, they were unfit to be the parent, the father, the mother to their children. And the grandparent had to put their life on hold and sacrifice their retirement dreams, sacrifice what they wanted to do with the rest of their life to come in and be the parent for the second time. And I think about those brothers and those sisters, particularly the oldest child, who had to step up and say, "I can't just be mother." I'm sorry, they didn't want to be mother. They can't be sister and they can't be brother. They have to be mother and father because our mother and our father gave up the job. They gave up the responsibility. So I took it on for them so that they can have a better life. And then when they get older, your siblings throw it back in your face, or your grandkids disrespect you, or even your older kids come back and say, "Why aren't you giving me that love? You're treating your grandkid better than what you treated me." And all you're thinking is, do you not see what I've done for you? Do you not see what I've given up, what I have sacrificed, how my life is on hold for you, for your kids? And sometimes you get to that angry place as I put my life on hold because of you. All that frustration that we sometimes just sit in and hold in while we're sacrificing can move us to a place of bitterness. It can shift us to a place of resentment. And when we sit with those unresolved feelings and unresolved thoughts, you can then begin to mistreat not only the people that you say you love, but also begin to mistreat anyone who begins to remind you of your daughter, of your son, who took you for granted, and you can damage opportunities that you never thought you would. So how do we get to this place of forgiveness? How do we practice what Jesus did from a very practical point of view? We can do it in 3 ways. First, you need to remember why you chose to sacrifice in the first place. Take a step back and breathe and think about the moment when you said, "I will do this for my grandchildren. I will do this for my brother and for my sister." If you really think about it, you didn't do it because they were going to say thank you. You did it because you saw a need and you were the solution. So when you step back and see, okay, I agreed to be the solution, you can also recognize I agreed to do a job that I may not always get a thank you for. And while it's hard and challenging to do, my love is what continues to push me forward to make this sacrifice. Secondly, when you're making the choice to forgive, you're doing it as a conscious decision, not based on your emotions, because your emotions will make you throw it all away altogether. But forgiveness is a conscious decision to say, though you were wrong, and though you hurt me, I wipe the slate clean. I forgive all charges. I pardon you, and I choose to engage you based on my love for you and not the offense against me. So therefore, I'm not going to treat you like a criminal. I'm not going to treat you like the man or woman who hurt me, but I'm going to engage you as the one that I love and engage you as the one that I am sacrificing for. Thirdly, you can get to a place of forgiveness by recognizing that the people who throw your sacrifice back in your face are blind. Remember, Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Yes, they're crucifying him, but they don't fully understand why. And they don't understand the implications of their actions. And it's the same thing for those grandchildren, for those children who reject you, for your brother and sister who don't understand your sacrifice. Sometimes blindness causes the hurt. Blindness causes the offense. And when you step back and you see, wow, they really just don't get it. They really aren't capable even of understanding right now. It may make it just a little bit more easier to forgive them and to shift from a place of resentment and bitterness back to a place of love so that you can be the man or woman that you want to be. And lastly, remember this. When we choose to forgive, we often say that forgiveness is just for you. It allows you to move forward versus holding on to that poison. But sometimes forgiveness also helps the other person. Because when that person comes to a place of now they can see and now they can understand why you did what you did, and they see, wow, grandma forgave me, my sister forgave me when I was unforgivable, it helps them to see love. It can help them to understand love. And it can help them not to hold themselves hostage to their own past because you already forgave them in the moment. So keep this in mind and come back tomorrow from day 2 from Counseling at the Cross.